Morning everybody, it's Chris, GearNoir on the forums, www.theshavingcadre.com. It's good to be with you this week. I'm here for my normal weekly shaving video, of course, and I've already done my prep for the day, well, for the shave anyway. Nice Williams mug pre-shave lather that I had on my face, get a nice slickness on there. And I've got my RazoRock Big Bruce, of course. A lot of talk about brushes lately on the forum. What's good and what's not, what you prefer. That's my preference. A good synth like this. Doesn't hold water all that well, but that can be a blessing at the same time. It does hold lather great, but when you're working in water, you just have to work it in the lather a little bit at a time, and that's how I've learned to build my lather, so it suits me just fine. As I mentioned, if I did the spritzes like Josh did in his video when he bowl lathers, just that and drench the brush, I'd be flinging lather all over the place. Still happens sometimes, but more often than not, it's not a problem for me. Today's shaving soap will be DRH Sandalwood. Very nice scent there. I've got that blooming. Last week I used the El Jefe that I got from who was it? John, Monkey John on the Cadre, and that was an exciting shave. I used that for about a week. Was it last week? I think it was last week. I put it on video last week anyway. I think the weeks are kind of mixing together, but this week I've got the RazoRock Hawk. This is the version 1. See right there, another Artist Club single edge razor. Quite a bit different than the El Jefe, at least on the top cap and the way they've had the cutouts there. Very teeny lather channels. I kind of question sometimes if they actually do anything, but it's a good shave, a lot milder than the El Jefe. Doesn't have quite the QC problems that the El Jefe does. I've got it now on my RazoRock barber pole from my Game Changer. I've been trying it for about the last few days with the natural handle it comes. This is an aluminum razor. They do have a stainless steel version, but that's kind of rare, and they haven't made any more. And they've upgraded to a version 2 that has a rounder head, more like the General. But I found this pretty light. You can see it there. It's not a barber pole or anything. I think it's considered like a bulldog style, maybe. It's just not fat. But I mean, it's a good handle, nice and grippy. But the whole unit together, the head with the handle, is super light, like lighter than the RazoRock Baby Smooth, which is also aluminum, but I think that has a titanium handle instead, which makes it a little bit more heavy. But so far, this will be my first use with the barber pole handle, a stainless steel handle. I mean, it is handle heavy now, and the head is still light, but I figured I'd try it just to see how it works. Like I said, a much milder shave than the El Jefe, but still a nice shave. I'm working on how to get it in close though. I've had good shaves with it so far. It's been enjoyable. It's just getting that final level of closeness that I'm used to. But yeah, there's that. And then a while back when I got my schmog, I bought to fill the cart some skin bracer. I've never used that before. It's an ingredient in a lot of mixes that I'll probably be trying at some point. So I figured I'd try it by itself today. At least give it a moment to shine by itself before it gets mixed into something. So that's that. I can wet my face real quick. Been a busy weekend, but a good weekend. I worked, of course, Friday and Saturday, but those were busy days. Not necessarily with things going on, but just getting things cleaned up. There were a few things going on, but get this loaded here. I did get some unexpected packages over the weekend. I think Saturday I had a letter delivered, and then just this morning which is really surprising because whatever's being delivered doesn't usually get here till the afternoon. But I had a package delivered. The letter was from Nurse Dave. Thank you, Dave. Very unexpected, very nice of you to send a Christmas card. And I put it up there with, my wife has started the yearly collection of Christmas cards. We have a little shelf that we put them on, so yours is up there. And that was very nice of you, appreciate that. And then my package this morning was from, I'm pretty sure, my Rudolph buddy. It says a name on there and an address where it came from, but I'll wait to reveal that to everybody else until the day I open it. I was given the warning by Mr. Rudolph not to open my package, so I haven't. I'm being a good boy so far. But exciting to have that. A little bit daunting task to have to stare at it for a couple of weeks before I can open it. Lather's building nice. Let's get some more water in here. It's a little bit thick right now. It's getting there. So that was nice. Keep forgetting I have to post a picture of our Christmas trees that we got ready to go. We got two. I mentioned last week that I got one from a lot at Home Depot instead of going out and cutting down our own. But and then we did decide to put our off Christmas tree the years we don't decide to get a tree, which has been a couple times at least. A little synthetic tree that has LED lights. Alright, Razor Rock Hawk aluminum version 1. It's got a Feather Pro in there. That's I think 3 or 4 shaves in, something like that. What I've been doing is I'm trying something new. I saw on another forum somebody suggested or has been flipping the blades as they use them. So like one shave will be one side, and then between shaves they'll flip it over and reassemble, and they'll do the next shave on that one. So I've been trying that. So far, seems alright. Here we go. The Hawk has because of its mouth, is a much more specific angle and a smaller cutting window than the El Jefe. Pretty smooth. I'm sure the version 2 with the rounder head is a little bit smoother. I'm not quite sure what the idea is behind both the El Jefe and the Hawk have this kind of flat front. Not sure what the design idea behind that is. Maybe given that it's a single edge, they're trying to give a little bit of retro look, like so it looks like a gem or something like that, which have flat heads. So far I haven't had any nicks with the Hawk. It actually feels a lot more like, more than the El Jefe anyway, like a DE razor. And the way it tames the Pro blade, which are super sharp. You've seen me cut myself plenty of times with my feather shavette with that same blade, same kind, the Feather Pro. But the mildness of the Hawk seems to tame that really well. It feels, like I said, a lot like you're just using a regular DE razor. There we go. Oh, some of you saw in my journal that my dad had his first traditional DE shave. Only one little nick, he said, but very smooth and irritation free, which he was happy about. He did 2 passes. He skipped the against the grain. That's alright. That's kind of intimidating, especially when you're starting out. But he used, I actually don't know what razor he used. I forgot to ask, but I think it was the Gillette pre-Vortec, the fat handle I sent him. And then he used the Wickham 1912 Club Cola, and then he put on some Bootlegger's Bay Rum, which he liked a lot, he said. So I might have to mix them up some more of that. I'm glad that went well. I was anxious to hear about his first shave. He sent a joke picture the morning he did it. I think this was Saturday, with him with a bunch of little bits of tissue paper, you know, like you see in the movies, or some guys do, where they get little globs of toilet paper and they stick it on their nicks and cuts. He sent a picture like that, jokingly, before he said that it went fine. But by the way, in case you shaving cadre members ever get annoyed and feel disgusted by my corny jokes, and you can thank my dad. He's the guy that I got my sense of humor from. I am not to blame. It's all in the genes. So that was good news. Did some yard work yesterday, hung out with the family. We're enjoying our Netflix. And my yard work yesterday was raking up some leaves. I mowed the grass last week and it hasn't grown enough to warrant mowing again, but raking for sure. Our trees are almost bare now, but there's still some straggler leaves hanging in. So this is where very often it'll get close, but it won't last a really long time, especially on my care areas. Still trying to figure those parts out, under the chin here, and then the upper lip, mustache area. But on the cheeks, it seems to do, for the most part, just fine. So for some reason, I think it's the mildness and trying to keep the optimal shaving angle. Just misses. That little extra bit. Thankfully my soap is slick with the Williams and the Harris combined. So it takes a lot of cleanup. But I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm not irritating my skin at all or anything, so. Yeah, I guess that's about it. As for what's going on, got a teaching I'm preparing for Thursday. Well, the teaching is on Thursday. Preparing for it now. That Elders Bible study that I taught for a few weeks ago is having me back. And not this weekend, but next weekend, right before Christmas, is going to be interesting because my wife is having surgery. She, I about halfway through the year, during the summer, something like that. Was helping my oldest son earn some cash for his piggy bank. He was washing cars over the summer. It's something he did the summer before. Well, it's pretty rough still. Something he did the summer before, and gave him some spending money, so he decided to do it again this year. And she was washing the top of a car and doing this back and forth scrubbing motion, and something didn't flex right in her shoulder. And so he found out that it ended up being a tear. So they have to go in and fix that. She finally got approval for surgery, and she tried physical therapy and all that, but basically, I don't remember exactly the name of the area, but it's like right here, kind of inside the shoulder here. But it's one of those injuries that, because it's a tear and the way it tore, that basically you're either going to live with pain and partial range of movement, or reduced range of movement anyway, for the rest of your life, or you get the surgery done and long recovery, like 6 weeks at least, that she has to wear a sling, and even after that a lot of physical therapy, but at least she'll have the chance of going back to normal and not having pain anymore. But so kind of a toss-up, but she decided for surgery. I mean, we're still pretty young, 36, and presumably have a lot of years left ahead of us, so I'd have to live with pain and injury like that for whatever, 50 more years, something like that would not be ideal. So she's got that, and that means I'll be going back at that time, taking a couple days off around the surgery, just because she's going to be kind of out of commission for a while. But after that, I'll be back to waking up early, 6:30 in the morning, and getting the kids off to school and stuff like that. So should be an interesting time, especially as it's right before Christmas. We're not clear anymore if we'll be able to make the trip to Modesto Ceres area, just south of us, where our parents are. This year, that's what we usually do. We go spend Christmas morning here, then we drive down there for 2 more Christmases and spend the night and see everybody. But we might not be able to drive with the condition her arm will be in for a little while. I mean, it's an outpatient surgery. They're gonna do a couple small slits and then one larger slit. That's like a couple inches or something like that to hopefully get it repaired. But it is what it is. We'll have Christmas no matter where it's at. So and look at that, 24 minutes, almost 25. And KJ's longest video, which was probably today, shaving off that massive beard, was still shorter than my videos. I don't know how you guys do it. Better at multitasking, I guess. Talking and shaving at the same time. That's my witch hazel going on. Okay, Skin Bracer by Menon. I remember those commercials. Not for Skin Bracer, but Menon products. Smells really good. Powder. Something kind of vanilla. A little bit fresh. We'll see here. I'm assuming this has menthol in it. Yep, a little bit. Kind of a citrusy. It's like a not as medicinal as Osage rub, but kind of along the same lines. It's not bad. Seems pretty mixable. Not bad on its own though. Yeah, I don't think it'll last very long, but all right, that's that. Hope you guys are all off to a good week, and looking forward to my own as we edge ever closer to Christmas and New Year's. If you haven't checked us out yet, you're just visiting us on the web at YouTube. Check us out at theshavingcadre.com. I'm Chris, GearNoir there on the forums. Great group of guys. Congratulations, John, for winning his first bingo game. Even though he's called many and participated in many, this is his first win. So we're looking forward to that. John the Monkey. He calls some pretty crazy games, but I think he's been ousted as the crazy caller for a little while, so he has to reclaim his title. And welcome to Michelle from Mystic Water Soaps. Thanks for joining our site and supporting us, and hopefully we can support you in a similar manner. Shaving Cadre has a bunch of good vendors, and so do check them out. Everything from CBL to now Mystic Waters. We got it all. I mean, we have this Chambers guy. He hasn't talked much, but Zeno Dave vouches for him a lot, and so that's good enough for us. We've got Sterling in there, and we've got still our hobbyists, Eric and Sean, and yeah, we've got a lot of new members. Welcome all to those guys. So we're growing. You can join us, be part of that growth, get in, banter around with us, trade stories, trade blows, verbally. But okay, enough rambling for me. I'll see you guys later. Have a good week. Bye.